Riot Act, poop dick, burn the school down. 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 Riot Act, poop dick, burn the school
One. It was during the long form about the chickens, and we just started like having this crazy like LSD like reaction. We both in the same moment started freaking out, so I think it was just a really nice moment where we realized that we were both kind of in sync and on the same page. My favorite things about Laura, she is always up for just goofing around, I think, and she's not that she's never serious, but she's always ready to have a good time and always just ready to be goofy and have fun with her friends.
See, we can have fun outside of tea time. That's true.
She always has the ability to make me smile. What's really great about Laura is that she's really dynamic. She'll come out as a crying mom and just start coughing on stage and being crazy. So like on one hand she can just be like whatever we need for the scene, but then she can also just contribute the insane creativity that she possesses. I'm just really grateful for what you've given me this year, and I think that you gave me a really certain level of comfort being on stage, just being up there with you. I always knew that it'd be safe and good. Thank you for everything.
All right, Ben.
Damn, it's a tough question. Laura brings total openness and the ability to pretty much accept anything and then further it. She pretty much always yeses everything instinctively without even making it seem like she thought about it, which I think is an awesome trait, especially in an improv group. But she also is just a good friend. She probably already knows I'm going to say this, but after the first show, she was gonna leave like really early in the after party after the first show, and I thought she was leaving. I was like, no, you can't leave. The party pretty much just started. What are you doing? But I basically just held her hostage in Connor's room. She was like, all right, I'm going back to the party. I was like, oh, you're not leaving? She was like, no, I'm just going back out. She still picks on me because I held her in the room because I thought she was gonna leave the whole party. I don't even know why I did that, but
Laura brings a lot of energy to the troupe, and that's really important to me, in my mind, for initiation. Well, this was like the second show I was in, I think, and I came out and I ended up being some like weird-ass wizard character, but did nothing with magical powers, ended up just taking drugs. She was the one that we went to like a pond and we're eating like pond spores, ended up just getting crazy high. That was one of the best because me and Laura were just thrown into it. We had no idea what we were doing. They were like, oh, now you're taking drugs and now you're really high and now there's a tree with 2 heads and 8 arms, and me and Laura just kind of laughed, and I like to be into it but also be laughing and having fun because practice and things like that are when I get to learn, but it's also when I get to be with the other people in this troupe, and these are some of the funniest people that I know.
You third and most perilous curse of us.
Oh
my God!
What you think on the outside might be a sweet, small little girl is also the darkest person in the troupe. So we're going to be a lot lighter now that you're leaving, Laura. But a great moment, and it made me laugh more than ever before, actually involved Shannon and Laura. One person didn't let the other borrow a clothing article. After they both hung up, they both just said,
Bitch.
I hid my face in the corner. Favorite mem in the group with Laura. She's my partner in joining Riot Act. When we got accepted into the troupe and we did a bunch of stupid scenes that weren't real and having to make a scene out of it. And we were scrambling, thinking that we had no clue what we were getting ourselves into, and being lost together in that sense. A real recent one was putting on deodorant for each other. You know, really just getting each other's backs and underarms and everywhere in between. So Laura, I have your shoulders.
I'm actively not looking at the gun, so it doesn't happen. Off stage, Laura and I, when we're at parties together, like to be characters. The ability to just constantly have someone who will just goof off with me the way I want to goof off. That's really special. But I think one of the best things that Laura has brought to the troupe, and kind of to myself, is she's a success story. She was very nervous when she joined, but this year, if you look at her, you would not be able to point that out and be like, she only joined last year. And that, to bring into the troupe, I think she personifies exactly what the troupe is. It's really been a pleasure to see how she's grown throughout it, and I think that's been something that was really wonderful to see in Riot Act, and bring to Riot Act.
Okay, this goes all the way back to my first show with Dillon. We were doing Party Quirks. I was Nicki Minaj on crack. Dillon doesn't know who Nicki Minaj is, apparently. And just giving him all these lyrics, all these references that he just did not get. Jan came out and made me start twerking on her, and then he somehow got it. I think someone from the back line would have whispered her name because he still did not get it, but it was just the ultimate confusion and hilarity of the whole entire situation made it one of my favorite moments. Also, I think because it was one of my initial moments on stage with Dillon, it made it really special too. This actually goes back to when I first met Dillon. I came with my sister to see one of the Riot Act shows because she was best friends with Tony and all of them. And she was like pointing out all of her friends in the group and stuff. She goes, oh, and that one's Dillon, he's a freshman. Like, so when you audition for Riot Act, and when you're in Riot Act, he'll be in charge and everything's gonna be great and work out really well. A couple years went by and came back and still knew Dillon. Somehow it all worked out that way. I think that was something that was just really important for me.
My favorite onstage memory with Dillon is probably, I'm just trying to think of all the scenes. I don't want to say Ragnar the 17th from 3-line scenes. My favorite onstage memory is our relationship as Ragnar the 17th and Ragnar the 17th's servant. I think he brings like some improv wisdom, I'd say, good ideas and strategies for maybe doing certain things in a better way, or he's pretty good at teaching. That's what I'm trying to say. He's definitely taught me and a lot of things and helped me learn improv as a new improviser. Definitely gonna miss you from the troupe. I definitely feel like you helped me a lot, and we definitely could relate on a lot of things. Hope we stay friends in the future, and definitely always come back. I'm excited to see what you do with your show writing and stuff like that.
Actions. Dillon's initiations, he comes out and he has the idea formed in his head, and he's also willing to be the one that's not wacky, and he's not going to do anything too goofy. And the way he reacts and the way he sets the scenes are the way that he brings out the most humor from the idea he generates in his head. So I think he's our best straight man and one of the best initiators.
And talk to me as if I'm your brother.
See you at home. No, okay. Seeing all of the different iterations of the troupe, I know that Riot Act is not that one entity that I saw at the first show, and it is a product of the people in it. So it's gonna be shitty to see you go and see everybody go, but you can rest assured that it's in good hands. I think we got.
If I could think of a few favorite moments on the stage with Dillon. Was he Gable or somebody was named Gable? But he walked around like he had a stiff back and he couldn't move. You could see he was having so much fun because he could have said anything and he knew that it was the right thing to say. What I found most rewarding with Dillon is knowing when I'm on the same page as he is, and he's on the same page as everyone, and something really great's gonna come out of it. Thank you for everything you've done. I'm gonna miss, going out into a scene and just you and I just walking around, and neither of us have any ideas, and then we just look each other in the eye, and in that moment something comes, and it always ends up being a great scene. Well, you know what I mean. It's always great to me. So that's all.
Freshman year, I felt very much a kinship with Dillon. He is a perpetual freshman. I don't know if you know that. Dillon's been a very comforting sense outside of Riot Act. Particularly because when I came here, I didn't know anyone. I didn't know what I wanted to do. Here was this person who was very kind and patient, and he showed me what I thought was really fun and stuff that I did before in high school and I wanted to continue to do, and he was very much like a personal orientation leader to me. He has shown me a lot of different ways to approach improv. He has really pushed me. Really pushed me this year. Laura? What are you doing in here?
Setting the mood.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the
My freshman year, there were these people in front of a house and I really had to pee. So I went up to them and was like, can I please use your bathroom? So we all go in and I ended up spray painting my name on their wall because that's what they do. Last year they were showing us the noobs videos to see what we wanted to do, and in the background of Dillon and Pat's is my name spray painted. I was destined to be in Riot Act. I really have grown. I don't second guess myself anymore because it's not just, oh, I can do all this on stage. I think one of my favorite parts is just how we all kind of fool around. It's like a play date when you're a kid where we just all do weird things, and I think that being able to be around these really cool people who know who they are, it kind of grounds you. Even though improv is really fun and it's funny, it still should be taken seriously. I don't like this at all. In an ideal world, I would never leave Riot Act and we would get paid to do improv, all of us. And we'd all live in the same mansion with connecting rooms, except one also big joint room so we can all have a sleepover so we wouldn't have to sleep by ourselves. And sleep sacks for everybody. That's my ideal world when I graduate. So.
Freshman year I came in and I was definitely lost. It took me a long time to adjust to college. But what kept me was the people doing improv. So freshman year I built improv confidence, and that confidence bled into everything else that I did.
Head researcher sitting right here in my eyes. This body gonna be behind a mahogany desk.
That's some advice that I would give, is not to lose sight of the craft and the importance of doing improv well. Make sure that you don't let those friendships obscure the reasons why you come to practice. I had an option to graduate early, but every time I thought about it, I realized that if I did it, I would have one less semester of improv, and so that kept me around. That I wanted to do everything I possibly could.
One, I can either not go, making it instantly easier, or two, I can find a better time for myself and kind of take it easy and work on stuff that I want to work on.
What do you want?
What do I want?
It's
gonna be perfect. Stop. We're not gonna make a circle jerk. Oh no, we are. It's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be perfect.